We just got off the bus. Probably a good time to tell you guys that we're at Copper today.
We're Callie and Spencer, ski bums, travel junkies, van life, and everything in between. Follow along and subscribe to join us on all of our adventures.
So, Cal is going to be riding the Black Crows today. Second season with them. Still, I don't think she knows if she loves them, but she can like keep on doing them big until she is guaranteed that she wants to sell them. And over here, I have my brand new skeleton key that honestly looks pretty sweet, I think. All new gear. I needed new boots this season. So we invested heavily.
Spencer threw, oh nice, our duffel bag which had a glass jar of salsa in it. Now it's all of his ski gear.
I really want to taste it, but I don't want to also taste the glass.
All of our snacks and our brand new duffel bag. Nice!
Great start. Putting on the boots for the first time. They don't fit. Oh. Yeah. We just got off the bus. Probably a good time to tell you guys that we're at Copper today. It's Callie's first time at Copper. It's my second time at Copper. I loved it. She's gonna love it. Total bro vibes here.
Denver bros.
Stay tuned for some skiing. So we've had a pretty big day at Copper so far. It's been nuking. It's a good day. We got a little bit of freshies on the ground. There's still some areas in the trees that are pretty fresh, so we've been hitting it pretty hard today. The new kit, I love it. The boots, killing my feet today because I had to break them in. But for the most part, not too bad. I think I have a big ass blister on my heel. But other than that, we're living large. Gonna go catch up to Cal.
What is up, my friends? We just got home from Copper. Copper was super fun today. It was snowing like crazy all day. I feel like in the beginning it was relatively warm, and then it got pretty chilly as the snow was kind of dumping on us. On a scale of 1 to 5, I would give Copper a 4 out of 5. I thought it was great terrain. We did a lot of different stuff. We did some stuff in the trees. We did like a little bit of bumps. We did a lot of blue groomers, that kind of stuff. Crowds were moderate. I would say that they probably weren't as much as somewhere like Breckenridge, which was really nice. I feel like even when the lines were looking like they were super, super long, they weren't too crazy. We probably waited for like 10 minutes maximum in a line. What is your Copper rating?
I really like the mountain overall. It's a great time. Such a different vibe than everything else on Epic typically. So I like it just because it's more of a laid back 20s, 30s year olds kind of vibe, not like families with small children. There's a lot of people having a lot of fun, and there's definitely something to be said for that.
Definitely some things to keep in mind with Copper when you're going somewhere like Breckenridge or like Vale or something along those lines. You're going to get kind of a full experience. You have the town, you have a lot of restaurants, a lot of shops, all that kind of stuff. While Copper does have a small town, it's definitely not the size of Breckenridge or Vale or something along those lines. It's definitely going to be a little smaller. They have a couple shops, like some rental shops, some gear shops, souvenir shops, and then they definitely do have some kind of like mountain restaurants, like where you could get barbecue, a beer, that sort of thing. But there's not like a really big town that you can, like, if you wanted to stay there for say a week, there would be like a ton of things to do. Another thing to note is that Copper is on, you can either get an independent Copper pass, there's a couple other passes that I believe that Copper is on, or you can get an Icon pass.
Today was the first day of our skiing adventures in 2022. Tomorrow, we were originally thinking about going tonight to Steamboat to stay in the van overnight there and get up early and do some skiing, but we're pretty tired after a pretty full day of skiing at Copper today, so I think we are gonna pack up all of our stuff in the van for tomorrow, and then we're just gonna leave in the morning instead. We'll have a good night's sleep at our place and then head right over to Steamboat. Little update for the morning. We're on the road. We're only about an hour and a half behind the time that we were trying to get out, so it's 9 a.m. right now. We were trying to leave by 7:30, I believe, originally. All good in the hood, though. Crazy thing is, it is really, really cold outside. This morning when I started the van, it was -4 degrees. So, bitterly cold, you could say. But we're looking at 2 hours to Steamboat from Breckenridge. I think Callie is gonna look up some Nordic trails that we can do when we get there with Darcy. And then hopefully after lunch, probably around like 2, we'll get on the hill for a couple hours and make it a full day. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, we made it to Steamboat.
About 2-hour drive. We are in the Sarvis Creek Wilderness. We're about to do some Nordic skiing with Darcy.
So we thought about going into actual Steamboat to do some backcountry, cross-country skiing. However, most of the places in Steamboat don't allow dogs. So we're about 20 minutes outside Steamboat at a place that does allow dogs. And it's wonderful bluebird day today. It is a little cold. It's like 10 degrees right now, but we're ready to go, and we'll see you on the trail.
It is a beautiful day to be Nordic skiing out in the wilderness right outside of Steamboat. We first started going Nordic skiing or cross-country skiing last winter, and it is so much different than regular skiing. So if you're wanting to try, don't think it's like normal skis because your bindings do not clip in the back. So you'll see that my heel is always popping up. You wouldn't think that it would make it 100 times more challenging, but it definitely does. We have spent a lot of times on our butts while we have been learning.
We started off this trail with a nice downhill. It was pretty steep. We haven't been on these skis in a year, and I ate shit 3 times, so it was a nice start to the season for us.
3 times in the first 5 minutes. Beautiful day. Oh, no, 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 no.
A lot harder than it looks. So, a couple minutes ago I was telling Callie, before I started cross-country skiing, which was last season, I looked at cross-country skiing as a stupid sport. Why would you want to go walk skiing when you could go resort skiing at any time? But I have to say it's grown on me immensely in the last season, and you can just tell why, because it's just so pristine and beautiful, and there's just nobody out here. No one.
Crowds.
No crowds.
No crowds is the best part. No
Nobody.
waiting in line.
It's just silent. You can be with yourself for a while.
The
And then
pups can come.
enjoy the outdoors, and if Darcy doesn't keep whining, she can enjoy it too.
Nice. Darcy, what do you have to say? If you've been hearing Darcy whining in the background, which is probably quite a bit, she's actually having fun. This is not torture for her. She loves the snow, but she is an Australian Shepherd, so she is a herding dog. So it is her natural instinct to herd us. So she does this when we hike, she does this when we walk, when we cross-country ski, whatever. She whines because she wants us to keep going, because she thinks that's her job. So promise we are not torturing her. She's loving every second of it. So as Spencer was saying, there are a lot of pros and some cons to doing backcountry skiing or cross-country skiing or Nordic skiing or whatever type of skiing versus resort skiing. So before I even moved out here, I kind of only knew what resort skiing was, mostly just because that's what I did when I came out here on vacation with my family. But as you spend more time out in the mountains, you kind of get into different and more sports. There are unlimited to choose from, and it is, we kind of have to like pick one per season because they get pretty pricey. But I think sometimes I almost like doing cross-country skiing a little bit better, just because, one, like we were talking about before, no crowds. Like there's literally no one out here. It is just us. I think it's I mean, depending on what kind of skiing you're doing, I think it's a little bit better of a workout. This is more like you're doing like mileage and you're going up, down, across, that sort of stuff. Whereas resort skiing, you're kind of just gliding down. Not that it's not a good workout, because it certainly is, but it's also a lot of stop and go. Whereas with cross-country skiing, you're just go, go, go. So it's kind of a little bit more like a hike per se. There's no one else out here. You can just explore a lot more terrain too. So obviously the resorts are really, really big, and there's a ton of terrain and a ton of different resorts to try. But there's also a lot of trails kind of in the wilderness, kind of in the backcountry, that you just have these beautiful views.
Yeah! The first outing, cross-country skiing.
See how far we went?
We did it. I think we got about 4 miles in us, maybe a little less.
At the end, it was crazy. Yeah, we got 3.9, so basically 4 miles.
At the end, there was a sweet little uphill that tortured you and tested your patience. We're doing a little 2-a-day today. Getting a little cross-country skiing in the morning. It's actually the afternoon now. It's about 1:15, I think.
1:30.
1:30. We're gonna make it to Steamboat by 2. Be on the mountain by 2:15, hopefully.
Woo! We'll get it.
Get some laps in and head home.
What's up, y'all? We are on the chairlift at Steamboat. We've got about an hour until the resort closes, but that's plenty of time to get it all fit in.
Never been to Steamboat before, so check out this view real quick.
Let's get it.
Hey, thank you so much for watching. Callie and I are planning on releasing weekly videos indefinitely. If you like our content, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel.